Hello and welcome to the Wellness Tap, where I want to share a story with you about the spirit making a connection with me during the night. This is the spirit of a person who had crossed over and it was completely unexpected. Typically, I will have normal dreams. I am someone who, in the line of work that I do, is very aware of levels of consciousness and what my own dreams appear like. This began as a typical dream, but it did not evolve like that. So it began with standing in a shop, which was like a bric-a-brac shop. So if you can picture a second-hand shop or a vintage shop that you may have been into, where you're walking around and you might spot a vase that your grandma used to have at her house, and that makes you feel good. You might show your partner, this is what I used to do. My grandma used to have this vase, and your partner says, my uncle had one of those, and you're feeling good and nostalgic. And in this dream, that was what was happening, and I was speaking to a woman behind the counter, and as I was speaking to her, I picked up a hairbrush that was on the counter, and it was silver. And as I picked it up, I heard a voice and suddenly was aware that this was the connection with a person who has crossed over. This was no longer a dream. This was me being in a state of consciousness where I was communicating with someone who had crossed over, and they were letting me know in an angry way that this brush belonged to them. They were annoyed that I was in the store as a form of recreation and amusement, as you are when you're meandering through a vintage store, and that I'd picked something up, and he was letting me know, hey, this was mine. This belonged to me. And it made me stand to attention. All of a sudden, and as is the case when I'm connecting with someone who's crossed over, I'm able to embody the feelings that they had. And I saw this person was taken away from their family during wartime to go and fight. And I could feel, and I'm feeling now in my body, the anger about this, the anger about the separation, the anger about having a very quite peaceful day-to-day existence and then having that uprooted by external circumstances. And I don't think I've ever felt really, we all know the terror of war. We are seeing it unfolding in front of us. Some of us are experiencing it. But for me, knowing it as a terrible thing, seeing it, and even feeling empathetic when I watch TV was nothing compared to embodying what this person had actually gone through. He showed me he was separated from his wife. He gave me her name. Her name was Olive. Somehow, in the dream state, I was able to reunite him with Olive, and I saw them dancing together, flapper style. So we're talking about the 20s. When it wasn't until I woke up, I thought he must have been in the First World War and had been separated from his beautiful wife, who he truly loved. Strangely, when I am sensing into someone's energy who has crossed over, I feel who they are. And people back then were a lot less in touch with their feelings, so I had that sense of him as being not a touchy-feely person. I just knew he dearly loved his wife, Olive, and he was so happy to be reunited with her. So what's to come out of this story, and why am I telling you? I'm telling you because Spirit is telling me that this is a story that needs to be told. So I'm going to allow that just to be out there for whoever needs to hear it. I also pulled a tarot card for a group that I read for, which was all about what's happening in the dream state and sleep, which was assigned to me to share this with you. I woke up, relayed the story to my husband, and shed tears as I was so moved by it, which is just it's not a typical way for me to start my day. It was not a typical dream. And the things I got out of it were really, one, next time I'm in a bric-a-brac store and I'm handling things, I am going to handle them with even more reverence than I usually do. They were someone's belongings. They are still connected with their belongings. And the message I'm getting through now is we don't really know what life is like for someone until we have walked in their shoes. And I felt like this person showed me what it was like to walk in their shoes and what so many people are going through globally right now. So I would like to take the opportunity to offer peace out there and a real sense of hope that we can come together as he was reunited with his wife in this dream in a sense of love and community. And that might all sound a little bit naff, but I don't care. This story needed to be shared. It's heartfelt, and it was shared with me so that I could pass it on. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time from me, it's cheerio for now.